Never underestimate the power of water-based products in China. The king of Baijiu sells essentially grain water. It has become one of China's most valuable companies. In Hunan, the Honey Brothers built their business by selling sweet drinks. They opened outlets nationwide. With over 20,000 stores, Saya Haha and Nongfu Uncle clinched the crown of China's richest by selling purified water and distributing water. So, in 2016, a newcomer called Yuanqispace burst onto the scene and entered the water world. Yuanqispace boss is Tan Bingsheng. He is the founder of the well-known game Happy Farm. Why did he cross over into fast-moving consumer goods? Lao Tang once summarized it with a touch of disdain. Firstly, China's FMCG sector is as backward as the chip industry. Secondly, both gaming and FMCG are essentially about meeting human needs. As he said this, Lao Tang believed that he had entered the FMCG market with a halo. It was nothing but an overwhelming advantage, but it wasn't long before reality taught this internet elite a lesson. Lao Tang's FMCG strategy consisted of 3 tactics. The first tactic, filter products through systematic testing. In traditional beverage companies, the authority to launch new products rests with the management, whereas Yuanqispace conducts taste tests almost daily and swiftly adjusts based on feedback. Preliminarily screened products are first introduced on major e-commerce platforms, using sales data to verify if consumers are willing to buy. If the numbers are strong, they immediately allocate maximum resources to scale up production. The second tactic, pursue alternative channels. Securing channels is key. The beverage industry upholds channels are king. With 6 million family-run stores in China, contributing 40% of the market share. Lao Tang, however, didn't favor that model. He decisively chose e-commerce and chain convenience stores as his battleground, because the advantage lay in having fewer negotiating counterparts and a much faster expansion pace. Thus, in 2020, Yuanqispace revenue neared 5 billion, with these 2 channels contributing over 60%. The third tactic, let capital pave the way. As Lao Hon once said, Yuanqispace dared, when generating 2 billion in revenue, to invest 1.8 billion in advertising. Don't assume this was a reckless bet by a tycoon. In fact, it was a high-stakes, high-investment strategy, with excellent products, innovative channels, and the value of capital. Yuanqispace's initial launch truly ignited. Just as Lao Tang was relishing his brilliant decision, a crackdown by the industry veterans on the newcomer had only just begun. Nongfu Uncle once said with a grin, "Welcome the young talents to come and try their luck." Yet just as Yuanqispace was stepping into the fray, the industry's heavyweights adopted an entirely different stance. Some of the big shots didn't mince words. If you're planning to do business with Yuanqispace, then don't work with me. Later, rumors even emerged that the 2 leading cola brands had thrown down tough challenges, claiming that by 2022 there would be no more UNG30 sparkling water on the market, where the 6 major sects besieged the bright summit, with a combined assault of uphill tactics and downhill strikes, each blow pummeling the martial newcomer. In May 2021, bad news suddenly emerged from Yuanqispace's flagship product line, the Xinhao Water series. Its key ingredient, erythritol, was completely snapped up by the industry giants, leading to a supply cut-off, this ingredient being the most ideal sugar substitute available, and the secret behind the unique quality of Yuanqispace sparkling water. As a result, the 2021 supply cut-off incident inflicted nearly 1 billion yuan in losses on the newcomer, and that was just the beginning. In mid-2021, the 2 giants, Saya Haha and Nongfu Uncle, surprisingly set aside their long-standing feud, joining forces as both sides contributed funds towards a modest venture, and formed a unit known as the Yuan Band. Subsequently, armed with ample cash, the Yuan Band rapidly purchased Yuanqispace products. Then at a price below 12 yuan per box, sold off at Hainan, the largest cargo logistics center. This move is like cutting off the source, directly disrupting Yuanqispace's nationwide pricing system. Facing an extremely stormy offensive, Yuanqispace did not resist passively. In 2021, Yuanqispace deployed 80,000 smart terminals nationwide. According to Old Tan, it is necessary to completely change the traditional, people-centered business model. The purchase cost of 1 smart cooler, plus deployment incentives, is about 10,000 yuan. And in 2022, the average daily sales per cooler were about 20 yuan, adding operating costs. This is nearly an unrecoverable investment. The main reason is still unrelated to labor. Old Tang wanted to eliminate dealers, but unmanned vending High-tech terminals sold poorly. Instead, placing coolers in the best store locations, along with staff guidance, is what drives good sales. And having stores inevitably means human involvement. Cannot be avoided. At the 2022 dealer conference, Old Tang, no longer boastful, summarized the past year with 3 words. Full of fighting spirit, disheartened, and prodigal's return. As a self-criticism from a prodigal, we will rely on dealers to develop our sales network. That is the right path. Regarding the company's future direction, Old Tang concluded, Yuanqispace. Learn from traditional fast-moving consumer goods companies' experience. You see that young challenger wielding a big sword at Huashan's gate, shouting arrogantly, has now humbled himself and submitted to the martial arts world. After the 2023 Spring Festival, Old Tang shed his internet elite image and became more down-to-earth. First and foremost, he lowered his stance, built rapport and close distances. He personally visited various dealers, smoking, drinking, chatting and boasting, to get closer. For family-run shops, a purchase incentive was launched. Family-run stores receive purchase rewards by scanning a code when opening each box. On one hand, this fosters closer ties. On the other, it creates a competitive edge over rivals, encouraging family-run stores to buy more and display more, to actively recommend and boost sales. For consumers, widespread promotion, with price-winning activities, is printed all over the bottle to strengthen purchase incentives and encourage more buying. In recent years, the business world often sees new challengers aiming to overturn incumbents. The story of Yuanqispace seems to be telling everyone, triggered young people, the business world has rules, commerce has patterns. The premise of change is understanding and respect. Feel free to message me for discussions. Let's analyze interesting business stories together.